welcome to Scrapheap Challenge. We're at Hever Castle in Kent, the medieval home of Anne Boleyn, and we're building chariots from scrap. Hever Castle featured large in the life of King Henry VIII, being not only Anne Boleyn's childhood home, but latterly the home of Henry's fourth wife, Anne of Cleves. Today, Hever is celebrating the fighting spirit and chivalry of medieval knights. Medieval jousting relied on mastery of a galloping steed and a steadfast aim in the face of adversity. On today's Scrapheap Challenge, we're blending ancient and modern, and our teams are going to be building jousting machines built from scrap. The three teams have just 4 weeks to build a motorized chariot. To create their machines, they'll have £450 towards costs and whatever scrap they can lay their hands on. Then the teams will come here to Hever Castle and battle each other over 2 rounds. The best challenger will then take on my ultimate Scrapheap team in today's final. A team who's taken more heads than King Henry, Dick's Diamonds. My team is the best the Scrapheap has to offer, so home teams, you better watch out. My chief knave is Jim Milner, an engineering wizard with a welder.
We've only got a week to do this, and the teams have 4 weeks, so if they don't win, they're going to have to explain this.
This is the second time we've tackled the challenge of building jousting chariots. Earlier this series, 3 different teams locked lances with the aim of taking us on. To help build our champion chariot, we were joined by star scrapper Nikki Woolmore. As a doctor of terminal ballistics and a keen rally driver, she was ideally suited to jousting chariots. However, when we raced, we had a spot of bother with our lance, and we ran home a close second to the victorious Scrappy Wacky Doodahs.
Did you not finish stop picking him up?
I asked that.
To be honest, I didn't realise he'd gone.
This time there'll be no mistakes, probably because I won't be holding the lance. We have our own scrapyard from which to source our parts, but our rivals will have to scavenge for their scrap. This task is trickier than it sounds. It's not all about power. Agility and control are the keys to success. So, have our 3 new teams got what it takes to challenge me and the Diamonds? It's time to meet the 3 musketeers from Yorkshire who are new to Scrapheap. This team of Wakefield workmates are brothers James, Andy and their friend Terry. These tree fellers and boat repairers have been bodging together for a long time.
Met in junior school, really, 4 or 5 years old.
A lot of the stuff that we do is often a running problem with our respective marriages, but they've learned to put up with us.
But these guys aren't your average shedheads.
James, the captain, the eternal student, more O-levels, A-levels, oh, and by the way, he's a doctor.
He's also a naval architect, although he probably doesn't look like one at times.
Very well qualified in doing absolutely nothing. Very good at it.
Terry is the sarcastic one, and he's the one that you have to be very careful of taking to parties.
Terry was the best man at my wedding. It's probably the worst thing I ever did was choose Terry as the best man. It was like the best man speech from hell.
I'm sometimes classed as the boring one because I like Land Rovers.
So, how do they think they'll get on against us?
Dick Strawberry, I've seen on television occasionally. Huge moustache, everything under the sun living in there, I would imagine.
Dick Strawberry, or whatever your name is, we're going to cut you down to size. We're going to cut your ego down, and we're going to cut your silly moustache down too.
I love to see a confident team, but what are you going to be like after the competition? Our second team are also Scrapheap virgins. Let's hope they show a little more respect. Let's meet Martin and the cowshed cobblers from Gloucestershire. This team take their name from the old cowsheds where Captain Martin and his son James restore old cars. It's fair to say Martin loves his tinkering.
I think really I'm stuck in the past. I wish it was still the 50s. But I love old cars. I love things that I can take apart myself and repair with a bit of wire and chewing gum, really.
The third team member is fellow cowshed resident Ron. Martin and Ron became instant friends over a mug of tea. They could be struck from the same mould.
Oh, I never chuck nothing away. I've got sheds full of stuff and scrap, but it's, according to the wife, it's all scrap, but it's not, is it? It's always handy for some, that.
Yeah, it'd be difficult to know who's the worst, wouldn't it? Or the best.
And now James is following in his dad's footsteps.
Listen, I've spent more time with him the last few years messing around with old cars than the rest of his life, really. I taught him everything he knows, which is a shame, really, because I don't know much.
And the next generation's not far behind.
He'd rather be down the garage than he would at home doing what he's meant to be doing, like my living room, which he started 2 weeks before Christmas, and it's still not finished.
I'll get it finished eventually. One day.
Well, for every Scrapheap build, you have to make sacrifices.
Your competition can look at because we're going to win. We're coming for you.
Can't wait, and bring your friends. The muddy boys from Woking would probably have been happier building a 4x4. Let's see how they're getting on. As their team name suggests, Captain Tony modifies 4x4 vehicles for a living and met off-roader David on a dirty weekend.
We went off quite a bit of off-roading together, and we've had some interesting times in the mud.
Tony's a really nice guy, very easygoing, amazing patience, amazing skills regarding construction.
Yes, I know, we've been friends for years, haven't we?
Does seem like an eternity.
Yeah.
Carl, however, is a totally different kettle of fish.
Carl is my future son-in-law.
Tony, you shouldn't have
said that.
Worst luck. I mean, lovely boy, lovely boy.
For a father-in-law, I actually get on quite well with Tony, unusually. Normally I used to have arguments with the girlfriend's dads. I actually get on well with him.
Carl, I am your father-in-law.
Unfortunately.
I can't wait until they sort of enter the contest together. It's good bonding for them, so no fights at home, thankfully. And I think they're going to get on really well.
Big girl's blouse. It makes a nice change to do something for yourself, for fun, just for the sheer hell of it, rather than to do something to make a living. And I think this is what the whole attitude is. We're going to make the best that we can of what we've got and have one hell of a good time doing it.
3 teams from across the country have just 4 weeks and £450 towards costs to build motorised chariots. They will then compete in 2 testing challenges for the honour of facing my team, Dick's Diamonds, in today's final. And whoever makes it through will have to face the juiced-up jousting machine we built last time we competed in the Chariot Challenge.
And you've got the white on your back wheels as well.
Yeah, you don't. There's probably a good reason for that. We had the same budget as the home teams, but only 1 week for the build. Our cunning plan revolved around using an old mobility car as our mechanical horse. We lightened the car by chopping away all the excess bodywork and built a frame on it to take a ball tow hitch like the one used on cars to pull caravans. This meant that we had great manoeuvrability when cornering. For steering control, we planned to use simple rope reins run back to a handlebar on the Chariot. It sounded easy, but it wasn't. We found an old trailer on our scrap heap that we could use as a Chariot, but there was no suitable car anywhere, so we had to shell out and buy one from a local dealer.
When Dick turned up with this, we were a bit unsure. It was an untested vehicle, didn't know if the engine was going to run. Story of our lives.
The beautiful vehicle that Dick got didn't work.
But after a few minutes love and attention from Jim, we had a runner. The guys may have been sceptical, but it was automatic, so there were no gears to control, and it had handlebar steering, which went some way to calming Nicky's fears about control linkages.
If someone was driving up front, they've got the brakes, the steering, everything all ready for them. So the difficulty is now we've got to bring everything back to us in the Chariot.
The one thing about on a horse, I just can't be doing it. There's no gear stick and there's nothing to play with. You know? so the idea of actually having... Oh, just talk for yourself. Yeah, but the whole idea of... We'll have to address that. Our controls will have to... Controls are a major issue for us to get our head around. If we get that wrong, it could be embarrassing for Nikki. She's driving. It could be embarrassing for us because we're hanging on the back. Yes. Not good. The most critical part of the controls was the remote steering.
You could actually extend this up and have the reins on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we could do, yeah.
Well, actually,
Bring it straight up, yeah, and I like that.
Yeah, just have it.
And that makes it sort of height, so we've got it over there.
No doubt about it, linking the controls to the Chariot is the most difficult aspect of this challenge, and the 3 new teams will have to think carefully about how they plan to do it. The Wakefield Tree Musketeers have already applied their tree felling skills, neatly chopping the car in 2 as the basis of their substitute horse.
The donor vehicle, that's based on a front-wheel drive automatic Rover.
It was an immaculate vehicle. It's still taxed and tested.
Not a bad car, actually. In fact, better than any car I've ever had. So it was a hell of a shame to chop it in 2. But it had to go, so into it went.
Crucially, it's an automatic, which means they don't have to worry about gears. Having chopped the back off their car, they're going to weld on a frame to carry a single rear wheel. The frame must provide a solid pivot point around which the front wheels will steer. They're going to modify an old caravan chassis to use as their chariot. And the steering will be provided hydraulically by an old powered steering rack fitted where the car steering wheel used to be. It'll work in reverse to the way it's normally used. Here they'll pump fluid into the ends of the rack to turn the steering column of their car. It's a very neat solution, but with that engine, it could be overpowered.
It's probably capable of 110, 115 miles an hour when it was a car, so it's definitely capable of that now. Whether it will be able to be used to its full potential, we don't know.
They're definitely going to need good brakes, and as they're on the front wheels of the car, weight distribution and the third wheel position are critical.
Inherent problem is where we're going to put the ballast weight on it. Without that, under heavy braking, it will tip up and launch all of us out of the chariot.
If we can just get a thing rolling, then we can get some weight on it, feel how the steering, the brakes work. Just basically suss the thing out.
With all that power at their fingertips and the front wheel braking, it'll be a beast to control.
We're probably going to have trials to see who's the best driver, who makes the best passengers, who's not going to wimp out, who's not going to go too crazy.
If James is driving it, then it depends what mood he's in as to what happens. He has been a bit of a lunatic in his younger day.
Andy is probably a bit too sensible to be driving to make us competitive.
Andy has recently collected his mum from the south coast and managed to get right up to Yorkshire without breaking 60 miles per hour on the motorway. Even his mum was bored to tears. Andy will not be driving.
If Terry is driving it, then I think we all ought to sort out our financial affairs before it happens, because there's a likelihood we won't be coming back.
Not in there to come third, fourth, whatever. There to win it.
As far as Dick Strawbridge is concerned, if we get so far, we'll give him a good run for his money. It's not that we don't like losing, we just like to win.
They haven't seen our secret weapon yet. They have no idea.
The Three Musketeers may have too much power, but in Gloucestershire, the cowshed cobblers are in danger of not having enough.
The Citroen 2CV I think it's about 32 horsepower or something like that, so it's not fantastic. But they are surprisingly sprightly. They'll fly along, and if all we've got to do is belt round the track, I think this will do a fantastic job.
The cobbler's design is essentially the same as the Three Musketeers. Take the front of a car, add a third wheel, and hook up a bespoke trailer using a tow hitch. They'll be steering using a system of levers and wires connected to a set of gears. However, there could be problems. The bare front end of Martin's beloved 2CV is light, and they might have trouble with traction. And with a manual gearbox, they'll need to sort out a gear shift. Although Martin thinks he's got a fix for that.
We're not even going to bother with connecting all the gears up. We're just going to use second and third, so we can pull away in second, bang it into third and thrash the pants off it.
A man after my own heart. And Ron's been busy with the chariot.
I've been fabricating the chariot up while Martin been doing the front end. It's just all bits of scrap steel there. Martin supplied the axle, not the best, but it's got to be rough and ready, isn't it?
All looking very good, but when they tried to bring the horse to the chariot, the lack of weight on their third wheel means they've almost no steering control.
I hope you're better steering on the day.
It needs that to be able to pivot.
Yeah.
It's like a boat. If you've got the centre board on a sailing boat,
yeah.
If you pull the centre board out, you can't steer it anymore. And that's equivalent of a centre board, isn't it?
If the steering doesn't work, Martin's going to be doing a lot of running to the front to turn the wheels. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It won't be me.
No.
Martin's family are, as ever, keen to see if their nearest and dearest will be spending some time at home in the near future.
How far's it gone?
Well, we're doing okay. It could be a few hours, could be a few days. I reckon we'll have it running today.
Okay. Have you tried the engine?
No. If
That would have been a good idea to start with.
No. It's really not a problem.
What they created is really good. Really impressed. It's very good. It's very clever, but I want to see if it goes. Is it going to work?
Of course it will work.
That's what I like to see, confidence. But they do wait until the girls have gone home, just in case.
Everything's there, so it should work. Petrol, ignition, that's it. It should fire up.
Perhaps an engine test before welding on the cow's head might have been a good idea.
We're just going to whip a spark plug out and see if we've got a spark, and then take it from there, really.
There's not even a glimmer of power to the spark plugs.
I can't see a spark there. We're going to try another coil.
It's possible that the coil that provides the high voltage needed for the spark has given up the ghost. Luckily, Martin's hoarding habit means he's got another on the shelf. Even a new coil doesn't get things going.
Well, that surprises me.
It's only an engine at the end of the day, it's got to go.
Whatever difficulties we have, we shall overcome.
Overcome.
I'm confident.
We'll get there. It's got to work. Not giving up now.
Let's hope they make their deadline. Our third team of challengers, the 4x4 loving muddy boys from Woking, have made a good start. But they've shunned mud plugging machines and based their chariot on an old Mini.
David, having a yard full of minis, first choice was, we'll take a Mini. We attacked it with a plasma cutter, cut the roof off, cut it in half, and turned it into 2 parts of the chariot.
The Muddy Boys have gone Mini mad. They're using the front of a Mini for their horse and are adapting the back of the same car to use as their chariot. It's a manual car, so they have the gear shift problem to overcome, and they're planning to fabricate an articulated steering shaft so they can use the Mini steering wheel in the chariot. David, being a hardcore Mini maniac, loves the design, but Captain Tony is not so sure.
The use of a Mini wasn't my first choice. I'd have liked to have used something a bit more powerful.
The front engine, A-series lump, can't be beaten. Very hardy, very robust. 55 brake horse out of a Mini 1000, should be fine.
Yeah, okay, but how's the father-son-in-law relationship coming along?
They spend all their time up here working, but when they come home, although they're filthy, they seem really happy, so they're up to something good.
Thank heavens for that. Tony, however, has his mind on other problems.
Chariot's done, virtually. Steering's done.
Yep.
Accelerator cable's done. We've got the brake, the clutch to sort out.
Yep.
But the priority is the engine. Until we know whether this engine's going to turn over and run, we're stuck.
Yes, the Muddy Boys have also raced ahead with the build before checking if their engine works.
The Mini came from my garden. It was in very poor condition. I had scrounged a number of bits off of it already. I think that'll be the challenge in itself, is actually to get the vehicle going, get it there, and actually complete a course.
Knock that back down, yeah. Okay. Coffee and petrol.
Terribly good. It's turning over well. Actually, Tony, before we go any further, could I have some oil, please?
You want to put some oil in it?
Oil in the sump might be a good idea, actually, Captain.
Yes, chaps, oil is generally a good idea. David's wish to use a Mini is starting to cause a bit of intra-team aggro.
Minis aren't really my favourite car. I would have just gone on the internet and bought a cheap car that was running.
That's better. That is actually getting a lot better.
Still doesn't start though, does it?
No, all right, just give me a second.
The Muddies have the same problem as the cowshed cobblers, non-sparking spark plugs.
Help!
And their mood at the moment is best described as quietly realistic.
We should do okay. Winning, I think completion would be better.
We'll put up a good show. I think we'll do a good run for their money. We'll make them think twice.
So it seems all the teams have pumped for chopping up front-wheel drive cars for their chariot builds. By doing that, they'll all have to add a third wheel to their substitute horse. And getting the steering and weight balance right will be big issues. Having seen the contenders, I'm pretty confident. When we tested our champion chariot, it went really well. Even the steering came together.
That's our plan. If you see me jump off, I'll be right behind you.
It's just a shame we hadn't finished the brakes yet.
Oh, God, I don't like going...
is, it goes faster than we're ready to go in it yet. when we get our cage around there to brace onto
To be
it.
really fair, you just need a cage, otherwise you're just like this.
Yeah.
How light is the steering?
Really light.
Oh, it is light?
It's really light,
That's
yeah.
good news then.
It's excellent. So that's what you've got to beat, boys. We're ready and waiting. The Three Musketeers want to take their horse for a gallop, even if they've got no chariot yet.
Contact. Contact. Ignition. Ducks away.
It looks pretty nippy, but the guys want to analyse the test results, and they have just the place to do it.
Quite useful because the navigation in is only 10 yards away, so when we come to a problem we can always think about it over a beer.
What's the wing distance?
This?
What's our besides this? It's got to be stability, hasn't it?
That mentally.
We've lost this. Come what may, we're going to have a competitive vehicle, so after the trials, see who's going to drive it in the last few days, then you better watch out because we're going to be in there with a good shout.
I think there's some work to do yet, boys. Over in Gloucestershire, the cowshed cobblers are still working to get their engine running. However, Captain Martin has delved deep into his useful stuff box and come up with a new set of points that should give them the spark they need.
OK. Look to touch paper and stand back.
OK.
Yep.
Martin's hoarding habit has got the team back in the race.
Well, that's promising, isn't it? Sounds good and all, doesn't it?
Sounds brilliant.
Nice.
Excellent.
Right, all we need to do is get it hitched up and...
Hook the chariot on and away we go.
Oh, we're off.
We're off.
And to celebrate the occasion, Martin's wife has brought a cake.
What name does it have?
Daisy the cow.
Daisy the cow. Excellent.
Daisy will be piloted by Martin's son James on the day, but having seen Daisy's steering ability, or lack of it, they have one crucial addition to their plans.
We were thinking of putting a label on James's backside, saying this may be the last thing you'll ever see.
A bit apprehensive, but I reckon I could do it. I reckon we could just... I'm just going to full throttle and just turn when I need to.
No, we're not going to crash. Well, we're not going to crash. Me and Ron are on the back and we're going to jump off, so James is going to crash.
Nice, thank you.
Well, Dick, just keep your elbows in, boy, because we're coming past you and you're staying behind. Number one out in front.
But Woking-based off-road nuts, the Muddy Boys, are still struggling with the engine in their ancient Mini.
No, don't worry.
Don't worry.
No, worry. Sorry. I mean, worry.
In the past, David had cannibalised his car to keep other Minis on the road, and it's a few wires short of a circuit. However, after some creative cabling, David is ready to try starting it again.
I'm just going to hide out of range in case the engine blows up. Go on, David. Go on.
Nothing.
Oh.
That's a step backwards. Actually, what's that?
It's a wire not connected to anything, David.
Indeed. I do know what I'm doing, but if in doubt, refer back to the book.
Of course, it wouldn't have been as much fun doing that first.
So that will go in there.
There. That was
oh, but that's obviously controlling the starter motor.
Yeah. Ow! About time!
How do we turn it off?
How do you turn it off?
We may have to put a second switch in to turn it off.
I must admit, I'm relieved now the engine's going. I didn't think that was going to start at all, but now it's going, it should be all right.
Success on a plate.
Thank God for that! I was going to start killing you, I really was.
Touch wood, it is running, and does seem to be running very well at the moment. Small wiring problem, but we can sort that out.
Unusually, they appear to need two switches to turn their engine on and off.
That's it, both keys work.
Excellent.
So we're away there.
Good stuff, Tone.
Now I've lost my spanner down the bottom now.
Which spanner did you lose this time?
Ah.
For 4 weeks, the teams have been busy building chariots Ben Hur would have been proud of. Now the day of reckoning has arrived. Let the trumpet sound, and may battle commence. It's a wonderful day at Hever Castle, and the knights are showing off how jousting was done in days of old. The teams are all here ready to do battle over 2 rounds of medieval mayhem. The victorious challengers will have the honour of facing my team, Dick's Diamonds. The cowshed cobblers are still concerned about steering the 2CV-based chariot, but they think they've got all the speed they need.
Are you worried about power at all? Because 2CVs aren't known for their racing ability.
People race 2CVs.
Do they?
Yeah.
The Muddy Boys are confident now their engine is running, and their manual gearbox isn't worrying them either.
So how many gears you got?
2, first and second.
But that should be more than enough for the course here. I mean, you're not after top speed.
The only problem could be if we hit something, we've got to go backwards.
OK, fair enough. Well, you can always jump out and push it.
Yeah.
And after a good start, the Three Musketeers only just managed to complete their build with no time for a test.
We've not had a chance to actually drive this at all.
Yeah.
We drove it straight out of the workshop onto the transporter and down. So it gripped on tarmac. Whether it's going to grip on this stuff, that's a different
That's the challenge.
matter.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Hey,
We'll see you at the first
Thank you
race.
very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm keen to hear what Jim thinks of our competition. OK, talk to me, the Muddy Boys.
Muddy Boys, it's a mini manual gearbox. They've got first and second, but they seem to be having reliability problems at the moment.
OK, and we're looking at... That was the big beast,
All
the Three Musketeers.
All I can say about that, it's over 100 horsepower.
It's huge.
Yeah, they've got the power, but are they going to have the manoeuvrability on that one?
It's a tight little course for something that size.
It is.
Cowshed cobblers, mate.
It's a 2CV. Everybody loves them. They've gone for some different kind of steering. They've got the 2 push rods, but it's whether they've actually got enough lock to actually get round. But I think that one might surprise people.
Which one are you most worried about?
I've got to go. I'm worried about power.
Yeah, I don't think they get around the bend, you know. I think they'll have problems. The first challenge is a timed race round our meadow course. There are sharp bends and hills to negotiate, as well as the wet, rough ground. Chief Scrapheap engineer Hadrian knows that to win today, you need more than just speed.
The only benefit of having a big engine today is the fact that you've got the weight over those wheels to get yourself a little bit of traction. But that doesn't mean to say it's going to be the best vehicle to do the job. It's the best vehicle to do the job is the one which is the most stable and the one which is most accurately controllable.
The fastest team will collect 3 points, the next fastest 2 points, and the slowest team 1 point. First to go are the Three Musketeers. Their family and friends think they'll do well.
We think they're the best, don't we? Yeah, the coolest, the smoothest, and the fastest, really.
The team have decided to rotate drivers, and it's their slowest charioteer, Andy, who's at the controls for this timed race. Could this be a mistake?
Three Musketeers, are we ready? That'll be yes then. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well spin. Oh, be careful. It's big, it's big. It's actually very quiet. It sounds really sedate.
The only people
Go on, well done. This is very steady, team. This is very steady. You gotta go quickly, otherwise you may lose.
It's going really well, isn't it? I think they're the only team who've actually kept the exhaust system on their vehicle.
This is Scrapheap. We don't do exhausts. What's that about? What do you reckon?
No, they're good.
No, they are good, but this
They
isn't
are
fast.
really good.
This isn't fast. It's actually
Steady.
nice and sedate.
Really steady.
They've got over 100 horsepower in there. You wouldn't know it, would you?
Oh, this is quite a tight corner. This is quite a tight corner for them.
Turn.
Yeah, look at that for control. Look at that for control.
Soft brakes as well.
Absolutely no problem. What do you think? No problem.
The Three Musketeers set the pace with a time of 1 minute and 4 seconds.
That seemed very smooth.
Didn't feel it from in here.
Didn't it?
That Rover engine had a lot more in it.
They got more left on
They're being a bit shy, which is good.
but it sounded too nice.
It sounded too
It didn't sound like a Scrapheap bit. Never mind.
Yeah,
Let's move on
it's
to the
all right.
next one.
Next, it's the Muddy Boys. Let's see if their Mega Mini can chop the Three Musketeers down to size.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they're off. Oh, wheel spins. Lots of example. Oh, no. Who's in control here? Who's in control?
Round the bend. Yes.
Good effort. Oh, no. Oh, that way. You've got a lovely correction. What's the matter? Just trying to find a gear. He's just trying to find a gear. Don't worry, he's got a lot to choose from.
Get on, Dave, get on.
They're off again, they're off again.
After an early halt, the Muddies now seem to be on top of things and make the roundabout turn at the end of the course to head home.
There's a hard one back.
This is tight. This is tight.
Whoa! The chariot has totally jackknifed, and worse still, their gear linkage is bent.
Come on, the Muddy Boys!
Thankfully, Hadrian's on hand to get them going.
Well, this may seem quite slow, but this could be a good scrapping time. Come on, one more.
David and driver Tony's future son-in-law, Carl, are doing sterling work at the rear.
Here we go. Big corner, away we go. Big one, away we go. That's all right. We do smoke and stuff. Hey! Go all the way through, all the way through. Come on, all the way through.
Some of that.
Smell that Scrapheap smell.
The Muddy Boys' jackknife has cost them, and they finish in 3 minutes and 32 seconds.
I smell burning crutch.
You can smell all the gun burning crutch.
Crutch, a la whatever.
What happened then?
It went into third.
That was the only gear you could get?
The only gear we could get was third. We were going round all the way round in first until we locked it on that corner, and then it would only go into third.
They're still in. They could do better in the second round, but
Yeah.
they're going to have to find a way of getting that thing going.
Right, let's bring the next one on. Let's find out what's happening.
Last to go in round one, it's the cowshed cobblers. Their families are convinced that 2CV cow power will do them proud.
Hopefully they'll win. Yeah. They will. They'll win.
Cowshed cobblers, are you ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they're off.
It's not a good start. Their cows got the power, but it's too late to gain traction on the grass.
They're going to push it all the way. Oh, it's all right.
Go for it, lad.
Come on.
I think come the end of this, they could be a bit tired. No, they're going for it now. Stand up. Floor it.
With a fair amount of help, Daisy makes it round the top bend and is headed for home. But how will they manage the tight turn ahead?
It's awesome. Oh no, they're not turning. Oh, go on. Oh, yeah, they got it right the corner. Good time, lads. Well done. Come on, the cowshed cobbler.
He's nodding.
Come on, the cowshed cobbler.
So, come on.
Oh, we got wheel spins going on. We got all sorts of things going on here. 2 CVs are invincible. No, here they come. Come on. Yes, well done.
Come on.
Big up beauty. Keep it coming.
Brilliant. Yeah, excellent. After all that, start, but yeah, I think they did well.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah.
The cobblers post a respectable time of 1 minute 43 seconds.
Was it a load of ball then, or not?
There were times when I thought we weren't going to get going.
I'm going to get me one of them wheel machines.
So what's got more horsepower then, the horse or you?
Yeah, it's a 2 horsepower Citroen and 2 old bloke carriage pushing.
They didn't like going uphill, did they?
They didn't like going full stop, I think.
Oh, that's cruel. That's harsh. After round one, the scores are this. First in a time of 1 minute 4 seconds are the Three Musketeers with 3 points. Second with 2 points are the Cowshed Cobblers in a time of 1 minute 43 seconds. And last, in a time of 3 minutes and 32 seconds, it's the Muddy Boys. They receive 1 point. Round 2 is a jousting competition. The teams have to hit a quintain or jousting target with a lance as they race up and down our arena. This can be very dangerous, and with safety in mind, Sir Jasper, or Jeremy as he's sometimes known, is here to offer advice.
What do we do with this, mate?
Well, we've got a 14-foot lance, and we have to couch it under our arms like that.
Couch.
Straight down on your vehicle, hard as you can, hit that black point on the end of my lance, hit that on the quintain, and you score lots of points. Easy peasy.
Right, okay, teams. Couching, lances, quintains, black points. Everybody happy?
Yeah.
No. They look really confident. Go and grab a lance. Let's do round 2.
The teams have 2 minutes to score as many hits as they can, so speed is of the essence. The Muddy Boys are set to go, but after their round 1 experience, have they got to grips with their machine?
You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, away we go, away we go.
It's driving better.
Oh, I frightfully well hit. Well done, the Muddy Boys. Come on, lads, swing it around. It's against the clock. Oh, getting wheel spins. That's good. He's going to push it. Oh, nice.
goes.
Oh, he's got it back. Well done.
Come on, son.
He got it back on course. That was worrying.
He's just keeping it down the clutch, isn't he?
That is terrible clutch control, isn't it?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You nearly had you that time. 1 minute down, 2 strikes. 1 minute down, 2 strikes, the Money Boys.
Beautiful smell.
Yay! Well done. Well done, the Money Boys. Very roughly struck, chaps. 20 seconds left, 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left. Come on, lads, you can do one more. Come on, the Money Boys.
That's it, slow and steady.
10 seconds. 5, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1. Here they go. Yay! Well done, the Muddy Boys. The Muddy scored 3 hits. Apparently, my little time extension's not allowed. Boo.
Bad news, I'm afraid, that last hit, just out of time. But the others count.
Well, the clutch is now totally fried.
So what was happening then? You just couldn't get the clutch working again?
We locked it in first gear.
Yeah.
And we were slipping the clutch because we didn't have gear change, and we've burnt the clutch out completely.
I think the Muddy Boys are out, you know.
Oh, I hope not. It's a little mini. It's a classic.
Oh, it's a little min.
It's-
She goes all soppy and sympathetic. What's
I
that
am.
about? OK, bring on the next one. And the 3 Musketeers are next. Captain James is now at the wheel. Do the fans think his slightly more cavalier approach will help?
Yeah, definitely.
Go, Dad.
3 Musketeers, are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they're off.
Come on.
The sign's so smooth. Oh! And they come back down the other side. They have 2 minutes.
One, brilliant.
So far, nobody's scored.
Yes, got it.
Way, that's 2 on the team. Oh, a big circle because they've got the speed.
It's actually very good.
Go on,
Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on.
The steering wheel.
Not too fast. Closer.
And again, accelerate.
Well done. 3. How are we doing for time? 1 minute left. 1 minute gone. Let's go. The 3 Musketeers.
That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good.
Hey, well done. 4 clean strikes. They're looking good. Come on, well done. Well done. Inside the last minute. They're doing extremely well. Hey, well done. It's quiet, but it's deceptively fast. They've got everything. Go. Yes. 90 seconds gone. 90 seconds. Another 30 seconds. Well done, team. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Not too fast.
Oh, he's keen, isn't he?
Foot it. Brilliant.
Whoa. 15 seconds left. 15 seconds, 3 Musketeers. Yes. Well done. 3, 2, 1.
Amazing. Really good. Really. They could have just kept zooming around there, couldn't they? Yeah. It was fantastic.
An incredible 8 hits in 2 minutes. Fast and accurate.
Bad news, you're disqualified. Oh. Just being too good. Was that all right then?
Yeah, it went very well, that one, very well.
We're getting faster and faster.
I was going to say, you seem to be getting the power now. Is that because you're getting more confident with the machine?
Yeah, it's just getting used to it. She's a bit of a handful.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah.
Well done. We'll have
Thank
to see
you.
how the others do.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
That was clinical, wasn't it?
That was absolutely beautiful. Well driven, and he got faster and faster.
That was impressive.
Yeah, really impressive.
No, it was impressive. That's not good. That's not good. The cowshed cobblers are last to run. They've adjusted the ballast weights on their cow in a bid for more traction. Will it unleash their potential? Hey, cowshed cobblers, are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Look at that! Excellent! Brilliant! Hey! Well struck, sir! That was good. Their careful weight adjustment has made Daisy even more tricky to handle. He'd like to remind you it is 2 minutes on the clock. He's thrown down his lance. He's thrown down his lance. Come on, the cowshed cobblers!
Come on! Yay!
1 minute gone, 1 minute gone. Come on, we can do this. Let's kill a couple more. Come on. Get turned around,
Come on.
get turned around.
We're going to go, is it?
Oh, you gotta turn it!
No!
Turn it!
Where are you going?
No, that's the wrong way! That's the wrong way! No, there's a gap!
Where are they going?
Let's find a gap! Oh, they're still coming through! Get back on there! Come on!
Where did you go? Floor it!
Get it! Get it!
So, one hit for the cobblers, but a perfect 10 for effort.
Well, at least he didn't make it go up in flames like he does with most of his cars.
Let's keep it simpler then. What went right?
What went right? It ran, and it started, and it accelerated. That's about it.
So all in all, apart from the drive and the steering, it was a really good bit of jousting. Bless.
It's time to reveal the final standings. Sharing second place are the Muddy Boys and the Cowshed Cobblers, both with 3 points and the scars to prove it. But today's winning challengers are the Three Musketeers with 6 points.
Will they be good enough to beat Dick's Diamonds? I don't think there's any real competition, is there? They really love us. What do you mean? What do you mean? You know what they say? He who last laughed, laughs loudest.
Yeah, especially if you could say it.
OK, you're cocky. We like that. Go and get on your kit. Let's have a look.
Last time we raced our chariot, Nikki did us proud with her driving. But I had a slight issue with my lancing technique and looked more like Ben Johnson than Ben Hur. This time around, there'll be no mistakes. The final test is a jousting race-off. Both teams have to race round the bumpy meadow course, hitting the flower-filled targets as we go. The fastest team will win the day, but there's a 10-second penalty for any of the 7 targets still standing. First to run are the Three Musketeers. For the final, they've selected their most reckless driver, Terry. Will it pay off?
Complete control, they're going to win.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're going to win, definitely.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on, boys.
They're off.
Come on.
The first one to the corner. First one at the corner. Yes, that's one down. No messing around. Yes, another one down. No messing around here. It's good. It's good. It's good. That's quick. That's very quick.
Not too fast, can't reach.
Excellent.
Good competition there, I think.
Excellent. Right, get out of the way. Excellent. This is the last one. That's quick. That's quick.
Not too fast, not too fast.
That's quick. Excellent run.
Easy. Too easy. Really fast.
It could have been quicker, but I wanted to be sure of the pots because of the 10-second penalties. So it could have been quicker, but at least we got all the pots.
Wasn't worth missing a pot.
A fast run of 1 minute 16 seconds with no penalties for the Three Musketeers.
That was quick.
That was good. That was very
Quick and no mistakes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Put a bit of pressure on.
Put a little pressure on.
We thrive on pressure. No, we don't. We don't thrive on pressure, do we?
No.
We can't miss any of these, can we?
Hey, let's go, team. Let's go and play.
Come on.
Let's go and play.
They've got a chance.
Good
They've got a
chance.
chance, but I think they might just edge it on speed. Down the last straight, we've got that edge.
No doubt we'll need to be quick. After our last performance, I'm taking over the helm and Nikki's in charge of the lance. This is it, all or nothing.
Go on, Dick. Slow down.
Oh no! Oh, can't have that. Can't have that. It's going to be with the tip on it. Yeah. Can't count that first pot. She swiped it off.
Oh no!
Missed another. Missed another. That's 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Don't worry, get the next one, get the next one. Okay, go on. Try, boys. Oh! Oh, we didn't let the girl drive. Look what happened. Get this one. Yeah.
Oh, she speared that one. She spiked it.
Coming around.
Can't get it off.
Coming around. Have you got me? Oh,
She swiped.
Well, it was quick, but in our hurry we missed a few targets and had a few side swipes as well. We'll just have to see how many hits the judges allow.
Okay, the results. Are we ready for this? Do you want to see? Don't pick, here we go. The Three Musketeers, you went round in a total time of 1 minute and 16 seconds.
Wow. Oh.
Dex Diamonds went round in a time of 1 minute 5 seconds. But with 4 penalties of 40 seconds, which means our total time is 1 minute 45 seconds. Three Musketeers, the winners.
That's really impressive.
Apparently, they were sideswiped, not knocked on the head.
Next time, join us for more creative budging and crazy challenges.